this snake is exquisite. There's no way the snake is leaving here. This is definitely a keeper for sure. What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily, and we're going to be going into the snake room, and we're going to be looking in the incubator today because we got our last clutch of the year has hatched. I see the heads sticking out. I think they're all out of the eggs. We're going to take a look and see what that is. It's a rainbow clutch, so that's exciting. We bred head to head, so we're going to see if we got any visuals, and then we're going to be looking also in the incubator because we have a couple of clutches that hatched out but that had their first shed, so we're going to look at those as well, and anything else that might strike my fancy. We also got a really nice delivery from Adam's Quail today, which does frozen quail. If you guys have ever I don't know if you guys have ever fed birds to your, I've done baby chicks, but I've never done quail, and Tom Crutchfield said great for the monitors, great for the, you know, the tree boas and tree pythons, so I'm gonna give it a shot. You know, I don't mind diversifying. The price is almost exactly, it's actually cheaper probably to feed the birds than it is to feed rodents, believe it or not. So I'm gonna like mix it up a little bit, see if they like it, and if they like it, I'm gonna continue to mix up their diet. Why not? You know, nothing wrong with that. All right, let's go into that snake room and see what's going on today here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas. All right, I want to thank my good friend Tom Crutchfield for suggesting this company. It's called Adam's Quail, and Adam's Quail sells frozen quail. I don't know if they're like smaller little birds. I'll show you, I ordered a whole bunch of them. So I'm going to start feeding some more poultry. These are like little hatchling ones, which, you know, you can feed to the green tree pythons. My annulated boas will definitely eat these. Then I got slightly bigger ones. The biggest ones I got are going to be probably going to the crop monitors. We'll get to try some of those. Those are really nice. They're pretty. Let's see what size these things are. Yeah, this is like a, it's like a robin or a blue jay size. This is perfect for those. They can eat probably 5 of these things. But definitely, I'm going to try some of my carpet pythons with these too, because carpets love birds as well. So this is very convenient. I'm going to load my freezer up with these things. I have all different sizes here they sell, and they are in lots of 50 for the small ones, you know, or hundreds. I got 50 of these little hatchling guys. And then there's some medium-sized ones too. These are medium-sized right here, which are perfect for like even small boas will eat these things. Just to give them a variety of, you know, different foods you can eat. You know, rodents are very high in fat. You know, these are going to give you some different, you know, composition of fats, proteins, and different amino acids, you know, profiles. You know, as bodybuilders, you know, trying to put muscle on, we eat all kinds of different protein sources. We don't just eat one source of protein. And because each source of protein has different amino acid makeups in them. So I'm going to try, you know, give them a little break, you know, especially the adult, you know, snakes don't need as much fat. Maybe babies that are growing can handle a little bit more fat, but I'm going to give it a shot. Like I said, my green tree pythons, I'm going to try some of that. That's what they eat birds in the wild, so why not? And if your snake is already eating rodents, it's not like they're going to stop eating rodents and only eat poultry, you know, only eat birds. So I might not start these guys out on, you know, on baby quail unless they wouldn't eat anything else. A lot of times I have to assist feed my carpet pythons for many months because they just won't eat rodents. And if I can get them eating quail and get their appetites going, I probably can get them switched over a lot more easily. So thank you for Adam's Quails. All right, guys, last clutch of the season has just hatched. Finally. I love my snakes, and I love to hatch snakes, but sometimes it's just, there's too many of them. So this is the last one of the season. This clutch is from our Hypo Enchi Hurricane Het Rainbow male. So we didn't use the visual ultraviolet on this clutch. Bred to a Hypo Pastel Enchi possible Hurricane Het Rainbow. So we weren't sure if it was hurricane. I believe this proves it that she indeed was a hurricane, because I believe right here we have some super hurricanes. So these are super hurricanes. Everything's got to be hypo. These look like Enchi. This looks like Enchi for sure. So this is probably a super hurricane Enchi. hypo het or 66% het rainbow. So these are not visuals, but they're super hurricane, which is kind of cool. So hypo super hurricanes are really beautiful, as you can see. These really came out very nice. I'm pretty happy with how they're looking. And this one's really nice right here. It's really, look at those hurricane swirls. It's almost like you can tell that this is just really, really just popping. The gold is popping, and this could be super enchy, because these could be potentially super enchy. That's a really high expression hurricane swirling there, and that's because it's super. I think this guy is super too. I really think this one's super as well, because it's a very, very high expression hurricane. So these are probably both hypo, super hurricanes, possibly super enchies, or at least I think there's at least one copy of enchi in here, and they're 66% het rainbow. This one looks a little more reddish in there, so I think that probably is the one that probably is enchi. This might not even be enchi. I don't know. It's just really, really beautiful high expression. I love hypo with hurricane. It just looks really nice. I don't know why, they just seem to complement each other really, really well. And here's another potentially super hurricane. This could be single copy hurricane here, but it's very high expression. This is hypo again. You can see that head. Everything's going to be hypo in this clutch. Both parents were hypo. Hypo's a recessive trait. You have two parents that are both hypo, you're going to have all hypos. So this is hypo, at least hurricane, possibly super hurricane. I think there's a copy of enchi in here as well. And this is a 66% het rainbow, of course. Really pretty. And then this one is gorgeous too. This one is dynamite. This is hypo, enchi, hurricane, at least one copy. I don't know if there's orange. I thought this was orange dream in here. It was so orange. I'm wondering if this might be pastel. This might be pastel hypo, super hurricane, enchi 66% het rainbow. I really like the way this looks. This one is really beautiful. And the reason why you might not see the hurricane swirls quite as tightly wound is because you have pastel in there. That could definitely be pastel though. Or it could just be, this could just be like a super enchi, possible. I don't know. This kind of looks super hurricane to me. This one doesn't look super hurricane. But it's hard to tell. We'll have to see how these guys look after they shed. Both are beautiful though. So far we got 4 really, really nice babies. I really love these oranges in here. This is really nice. Now this is a visual rainbow, obviously, so we did hit some visual rainbows in this clutch. It doesn't look, it looks like it's probably maybe a single copy hurricane, I don't know. Or maybe not hurricane at all. It does have some swirling going on here. This is definitely enchi. Possible super enchi. I think it's enchi because the head is not completely isolated. Oh, maybe it is. Hold on. Is it? No, it's still attached yet. So I'm going to call this enchi, hypo, rainbow. Question is it hurricane too? I don't think so. I don't think so. Unless it's got pastel in it. Could be pastel hurricane. Pastel really unwinds the hurricane, especially if there's only one copy of hurricane. When there's 2 copies of hurricane, it doesn't do it as much. This is beautiful, and there's a lot of really nice purples in this snake. You can see here. This is, remember, these just hatched out. This is pre-shed. So we definitely have some beautiful, beautiful looking. Look at that purple head. Very nice looking rainbow. And here's our final snake of the clutch. It's the best one, I think. This is definitely, you see the pinched off head? That's super enchi, hypo, rainbow, hurricane. These are definitely hurricanes. Is it super hurricane? Not sure yet. It's pretty extreme hurricane patterning. It just might be super hurricane, but I would just call it for now possible super hurricane. I'd call it just hurricane. And this is, once again, super Enchi. No, maybe not. You know, it might be single copy Enchi because it is connected here a little bit. Usually the head will be pinched up completely. So this one just came out of the egg, so I don't want to stress her too much. Beautiful, beautiful her. Hopefully everything lives here. This was a great last clutch of the season. I'm so happy to get 2 hurricanes breeding a head-to-head. That's great odds for me. This is one of my favorites right here. This is banana champagne. I think this is visual pied. There's a lot of white in here. I don't think this is a het pied. And look at those beautiful black eyes. This could be hypo too. This could even be a hypo champagne banana pied. It's possible. Really clean looking. We'll have to see how this thing progresses and how it develops. And I got another really nice one here too. This one is also, I think, very similar. This one's got even a white. Look at that white on the head. This I believe is real. This I think is a champagne banana hypopide too. This might even have some yellow belly in it. This is and once again, this could be a het pied, but there's a lot of white in it. You know, look at even the whole belly is white. I think this might actually be a visual. Now, because there are some visual champagne pies that are all white, like this one is right here, but they're not all that way. So it's not like it's definitive. It's not like when you have a lesser pies are all white with small eyes. This snake is probably one of the whitest looking things I've ever seen, to be honest with you. This is whiter than any leucistic that I've seen, because it's a very clean white. You guys like white snakes, black eyes? This is nicer than any super fire that I've ever seen. I don't think I've seen a ball python this white before. Beautiful, beautiful. This one's probably banana champagne pied. Glad to guess. So, great clutch. It looks even better after it's shed out. We're very happy with what we got here. And some of these things are going to be for sale, obviously, at some point. So stay tuned. And I got to show you this one. Only one baby survived, and amazingly enough, it's really incredible that we hit every gene we wanted in one animal. You know, the father was a spider, het ULTRAMEL, het clown, bred to a super orange dream ULTRAMEL cryptic. So and the odds were really kind of high to hit visuals and everything. We hit everything is visual here. Look at that. That's orange dream. That's orange dream, ULTRAMEL, CRYPTON. And we know it's a CRYPTON because the father was het clown and then the mother was cryptic. So you can see that big ear stripe. So it looks cryptic, but it's got to be CRYPTON because the father was not cryptic. He was het clown. So that means this is 100% het clown, 100% het cryptic, giving the CRYPTON appearance. Absolutely beautiful. Really, really beautiful. It actually looks super orange dream, to be honest with you. It's not, obviously, because only one parent was orange dream, but that was super orange dream. But it has to be orange dream, but it looks like more because the CRYPTON and the ULTRAMEL really bring out the best in this snake. This snake is exquisite. There's no way the snake is leaving here. This is definitely a keeper for sure. I don't even know what sex it is, and it's a keeper. But look at how extreme that eye stripe is, right? And look at the head, looks weird. The patterning on that. That's perfection right there. All right, we're looking at our indoor enclosure here with our beautiful super fire diamond boas. We just ate yesterday, medium rat each, and they're just kind of chilling. We don't even have that radiant heat panel really working yet. I mean, it's working, but we don't have a shelf under it, and they're on here and they're basking in the light. We got lights up there, we have UV, and they're just chilling right here, digesting their food. I love it. Normally they're climbing around like crazy, but you know, they're digested, and then probably by tomorrow when the food is digested, they'll be exploring all over the place again. Look at my ultraviolet female. This is the Enchi Hypo Super Hurricane Rainbow. This girl was produced 2 years ago with the male ultraviolet that I used for breeding this year. So he bred. She's obviously just started eating medium rats, which is awesome at 2 years old. And I think we might, maybe toward the end of middle of the 2023 season, we might be able to breed her. Imagine that, our first visual female. And the question is, what do we breed to? Do we breed the ultraviolet to ultraviolet, trying to produce maybe super Enchi version of that, or do we go with something even better? And I think the something better might be the way to go. So we'll think about it. I know a lot of people want to get ultraviolets from me. There are going to be a couple available this year still, and maybe one or two. And maybe next year we'll try to produce a bunch of them, because they're so beautiful, and they're such a powerful breeding animal. With that hypo gene, with the rainbow, there's two recessives right there. Super Hurricane is obviously a homozygous animal as well, and then we have Enchi in there as well, you know, on top of that. So we get the Super Enchi in there. We would have basically have a quad homozygous animal. It's amazing. Just even as an adult, she's beautiful. You still see those purples. She stays clean. You see the hurricane swirls in there. So a lot of contrast in the snake. There's a Super Enchi Hypo Rainbow from 21. This is from last year. This snake is almost as big as the one I just showed you from 2020. She's only a year old, and she's huge. She's a great eater. Pablo's got her eating medium rats too. I don't know how she got up to size so quickly, but man, she is gorgeous. And once again, tremendous potential. This one doesn't have any hurricane in it. It's just Super Hypo. This is Super Enchi Hypo Rainbow, so it's really a triple homozygous animal. And I kept her back because she was so nice looking, especially when she was born. I mean, had so many purples in her too. Now she's kind of changed a little bit in color, but you see that red eye? It's like a ruby, like a weird dark red eye. And we know that what happens is from, you know, all the melanin is not gone from this animal. So it has a little bit of melanin in it, and that's why the eye is not completely red. Look at my little baby, tiny Rhino rat snake female. Actually, blue Rhino rat snake female. And she's teeny tiny. She's gonna stay this beige color for at least a year. After a year, she'll start turning green, and then from green, she'll start getting blue over the next 2 years. So a lot of growing left in her, but she's been eating her little pinkies, so little by little, we're gonna see her grow. I'll keep you guys updated on her progress. All right, the Sanzinia ate there, a little fuzzy mouse. Both of them ate, the male here and the female. Tom wasn't kidding, Crutchfield, when he told me, hey Dave, you know, these things are only a couple weeks old, and they're already, you know, pounding fuzzy mice. You know, that's pretty crazy. They're just big babies, you know. Beautiful and eating. We love to see that. So I'll let them digest. Just to give you a little update on the Sanzinia bolotany, or the ground boas from Madagascar. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas. Hopefully you enjoyed that beautiful rainbow clutch we got, and it was awesome because that female also proved out to be hurricane. So we got some Super Hurricane stuff in there. Oh, just awesome. Looks like we got one ultraviolet in there. I think that one baby, that last one I showed you, was an ultraviolet, which would be a Hypo Enchi Super Hurricane Rainbow. We're just going to have to see after it sheds out. When they shed out, they look amazingly better. It's amazing how they change on that first shed. So we'll wait for that. Obviously that champagne pied clutch is awesome too. It really came out really nice. And as you can see, the Super Fire Boas are really doing well in their indoor huge enclosure. They're loving it. They're adapting, and Just going to get to observe their natural habitat and their habits they have in their natural habitat. So that should be really cool. Also, guys, don't forget Palumbo'sPythons.com. I have my, we launched an auction site for those of you who didn't follow yesterday's video. I have 3 snakes up for the auction. We were having a little technical difficulties, and that's why I'm only putting 3 snakes up, because we're trying to work the kinks out. I had a few people who tried to put some bids on, and they wasn't working properly. I have my webmaster working on that. Once we get the kinks out this first time, then it's going to run seamlessly, hopefully, from this point forward. So check out Palumbo'sPythons.com if you want to bid on some cool snakes that I'm putting up. You know, get some good deals. Hey, you never know. You could get a snake for half price. You might get it for full price. It depends on how many people are bidding on it. And that's the, it's like gambling, you know. And we all love to gamble on stuff that we love. And what we love is snakes, right? Reptiles. All right, guys. I appreciate all the support, all the great comments, and a lot of people have reached out to me and told me they're loving the video. So thank you so much. That encourages me to do more. You guys know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications. Hit that like button. I'll see you back tomorrow morning.